take a minute here and run you through what I do to lay out and cut this buried tenon in the top cord to bottom cord connection. See here, I got it laid out 4-inch wide by 2 inches on the heel, but then it's going to go to nothing at 12 inches on the level. And you can see here, because I got my center lines marked, I'm just going 2 inches to lay that out. And then when I flip it over, I do the same thing, measuring off my center line 2 inches, marking that all the way up to my scribe where my notch is going to come across. And then the first thing I'm going to do is cut this section out and this section out. So now I got that kind of roughed out. Now I'm going to lay my tapered cut. And since I milled that flat on the top of the truss, I know that this point and this point are the same plane as the top of my truss. So I'll use that to lay out. I'll come in 12 inches and that'll be nothing off of this plane of that bottom cord flat. So this mark here is 12 inches from my heel, and I know where this plane is coming through, so then I'm connecting this to there, and that's my next cut. So now, check and make sure that's tapered enough. Put me square on here. And at 12 inches, I want to be at least 2 inches. So I gotta take a little bit more out of there. I'm like 1 7/8 inches. There we go, 2 inches. And then when I cut my mortise in my bottom cord, I'm going to want this mortise to come back at least 12 1/4, even 12 1/2. Don't matter if you got a little gap back there. So now I just got to finish grind it. So there she is, all ground and ready to go back up on the truss. So you can see right here my scribe lines for where my top cord is going to sit. And now the same thing, I'm laying out off my center line, but instead of going 4 inches, I'm going 4 1/4. I want room. I don't want it interfering with the way this notch sits. And then instead of 12, I'm going 12 1/2 to give me a little extra room out here. I don't want it hanging up. So now I lay this high-tech shim on here, which is 2 inches by 12, the same as my tenon, and I'm going to run the circular saw on top of that shim to give me the taper that I need. I'm going to take my shim, move it back here, and use that as a reference for my bar on my chainsaw. Get it started, and then I'll have to move it out of the way. I take that same shim, and when that fits in there and is below the surface, I know it's good enough. I might want to take a little bit more out of this end. That one guy say, slicker than a minnows, Peter?